Okay, I'm back. All right, a few things that we need to cover in this video. This is part 4. Part 4? Yeah, part 4. Um, Going back to layouts, before we jump back into the text view section. So you leave text view out for now. Focus on the linear layout. By the way, if you haven't subscribed as yet, now is the time. Right? If you hear me saying D, I'm really saying the, but it's just how I talk, so I hope you can understand. Anyway, so linear layout, when you're creating a new layout, okay, so let's go to resources and layout, expand that. Here we have our activity underscore main. I'm gonna just create a new layout just for the sake of creating a new layout. So I right click, new. You don't have to do this, but I'm just doing this for example. New layout resource file, and then I set a name as page 2, 23, page 2, root element linear layout on main, no space. Oh, forget, no space, or you could either put an underscore, no space, and no caps. Right, and okay. Page 2 now. Go back. Anytime you come to this screen, this is the design screen. We don't want to use the design screen. So if you look below, you would see design and you would see text. You want to go to text. Right. So what I wanted to show you, when you're creating a new activity and you have a linear layout, you always set the orientation. You must set the orientation of your layout to determine whether it's going to, your items, which is your views within this layout, would go in a vertical way or a horizontal way. So for our app, we would be going, all our views would be in a vertical way. So I'm going to simulate that now. So if I create a text view, and then I would match parent on the width and wrap content on the height. Notice, let me just set the text would be code. Yes, man. Right, notice that text alignment center. Notice that this text view is at the very top of the layout, right? Now if I create a next text view, right, match parent, wrap content, you know what, so we're just doing a tutorial, so no need to write it over again. Copy this and just come below and you could paste that there. So if I create a next text view, notice that in this text view, I will change the text to something different. Video 4. Right. Notice that this text view is below the first text view. Reason being is because the orientation is set to vertical. If I was to change this orientation to horizontal, which is notice that now you don't see my second text view. That's because everything is going in a horizontal order. So if I was to take this and set it back to wrap content, notice that you see both text views now. One is match parent and one is wrap content. This is if you want to have your items go side by side, or you want them to go up and down. But for this app, we would be using a vertical orientation because we want everything to go one above the other. So in relative layout, when we get to relative layout, it's a bit different from this, and the way we order items and the way we place items, views I should say, not items, views in a relative layout, it's a bit different, but it's much more flexible. But that is for a later video. So now we go back to, I can close this, and now we go back to our main activity. So saying that was said, I have no orientation set here, right? I do not have my phone connected to this computer right now. I would connect my phone for next video. Anyway, so I would set a orientation, right? All you do is just type. No need for, all you need to do is type the first two letters or the first letter of what you want, and Android Studio automatically gives you options. So I want orientation, press enter, then we would set it to vertical. Right, so now I know that if I was to copy this text view and paste this text view below, I would get it below, right? So the next thing that is very important when creating views is labels. So we must give each of our views a ID. So all we do, we want to put an ID, so all we do is type ID, right, and it pops up with the ID option. So we select ID, and when you want to create a new ID, when you want to set an ID for a view, we always use I say in D, but I mean we always use the @ symbol plus ID slash, right? So always remember, this is the one that we use for setting a new ID, because sometimes we could get mixed up. So ID would be text1, right? And now we could create whatever else we want to create, right? So in this case, I would like to put an image below my text view. But let's make it a little more interesting. How about we set the background of this activity, because a lot of people may not know how to set a background, or maybe just change the background color. So let's see how we can change this from white to a different color. So we come back up to our main layout, which is linear layout on the top, and anywhere within this we would type enter, and we would say background, right? And we just choose, we don't have any colors set right now, that's for later down. I would show you how to add colors to your Android resources, but for now let's just use what Android have given us. So I would use a primary accent color, right? And that's how you change the background color for your main activity, for any activity. You could also use this to set an image, but I would save that for later on. Now notice that it's kind of hard to read this black text. So if you want to change the color of your text, what would we do? it won't be background because background would just change the background color of the text view. We want to change the color of the text itself. So all we do is type text and second option, text color. And we would set that, I don't think it have a white here, so all I would say is hashtag 1 2 3 4 5 6. Alright, and that's white. Then we could set also, its text is very small, so we would set the size. So we just type size and we get text size. And this is, we come to a very good point here. When setting text size, always remember that text sizes is measured in SP. Now you could learn about SP more in the Google Docs. I am not going to explain, that's not my job, right? You can learn more about SP and DP in the Google Docs. I'll try to put the link for you all to read it through, right? But SP is always remember that we use SP when setting text size, right? So we set our text size to 24 SP, right? And I also want to set my text to a bold font. So we would say style text xt text style, and I would say bold, right? And there we have a bold text style. So our app is coming along pretty well. So let's just create an image view. So we're creating a new view within this linear layout. Never go outside of your root layout, because nothing would work. Always stay within your layout. After we learn about layouts within layouts, but for now we're just working with one layout. So we want an image view, so open image and there we have image view, enter. And we want to set the width to match parent. We want the width to be as wide as the phone screen, but the height we want to set it for ourselves. So for height, I would set it at 150 dp. We always remember setting width and height is measured in dp, and setting text size is measured in SP. So we want 150 dp as our image view height, right? I think it could be higher. Okay, let's set it to 250. Right. Okay, looks better. Right. Right. There's no image at the moment, so you won't see anything here now. In our next video, I will show you how to import an image. Alright, and now notice that code basement is a little too close to our image view. So if you want to space elements or space views apart from each other, you need to set the margin. So we just type margin for our text view, and we want to put a margin below. So margin bottom, and we would set a margin of 20 dp. dp and not SP. SP is only used for our text sizes. So our margin is 20 dp below our text view. So now we can see that the image view is more spaced out and it's separated from our text view. So let's set the ID for our image view as well. ID pick. Right. So yeah, so now we are coming closer to building our first app. I'm gonna stop here for now, and you can practice this, practice moving stuff around, practice your text format and your text style, and practice your text sizing, and practice with margins. You could even set a margin on the sides, right? And in our next video, we'd go on and to add an image, and we'd also add a button, right? And we would make it do some crazy stuff, right? So for now, that's where we would stop for now. So see you in the next video. I hope you subscribe by now, and also click that bell icon to get notified when I am on.